Hey sis, it's your girl Tahirah Ahshah and welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't posted a video in a while, so I thought that if I was to come back and get y'all to watch my video, it better be a good one. And so today I am showing you how I create planners in Canva. So as you would see, this is canva.com. I do have a pro, I guess like a Canva Pro account, so I think I pay like $12.99 a month for this subscription, and honestly it's worth it. Okay, so yeah, if you're new here, welcome sis. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. But we're gonna jump right in by creating a design. Now we're gonna click on create a design here, and then I'm going to choose a custom size. Okay, so the custom size should be based off of whatever type of planner size that you want, and we're going to change this from px to inches. I have no idea what px is, I'm not even gonna lie. And then I'm going to enter my dimensions. Let's do like an 8x11 planner. Okay, it's a big ass planner, but let's do it. But yeah, and I get a lot of questions about, what size should my planner be. My suggestion would be go to like Target, Michael's, Walmart, whatever, see what size planner you like, just holding in your hand, measure it, and then make that your planner size, period. So when you are doing or creating a planner, you can either choose a template. So you can click on templates, and then as you can see, I just typed in planner, and there are a lot of different templates, a whole bunch of different suggestions, all of that. And then you can either scroll at the top here where it says planner cover, daily planner, weekly planner, yearly planner, all those different types of designs. Yeah, if you don't know what you want your planner to look like, you can, start from there. But I create all my planners from scratch, okay? And this is the video on how to create your planner from scratch. Or you can add some of those templates and then still make some of your pages, from scratch. And then, so just so you guys know, I always start with the cover page. The cover page can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be. So as you can see, they have a whole lot of different background options. That's what I was just, going through. Or you can just make it a solid background cover, which I actually recommend. I don't know, y'all. I just like sleek and just minimal planners. Okay, like I want to create my planner, like once I buy a planner, I want to create my planner the way that I want it to be. So I need it to come like simple. Okay, and then you can adjust like the fonts, the size, all of those things at the top, and just go from there. And I'm gonna make this a Plan a Good Life, so that's going to be the title of my planner. And then you can click on effects, and this is how people like change the different types of effects of the letters on inside of Canva. So you can do the lift, you can do neon. Neon works really good if you look at like my thumbnails. I use neon a lot for my thumbnails because it just makes it pop out. But I'm just going to leave it at that. That was just to show you guys, okay? So for my other pages, I really want a clear white background. Again, I like crisp, clean planners, okay? And then we're going to add a subheading. It doesn't really matter if you add a heading, add a subheading, or add a little bit of body text, because you can edit the size, the fonts, all of that. And so you guys know I always have an entitlement page in my planner. If you choose to do so, this is the page that I am creating. That page that just says this planner belongs to. But now we're going to jump into the elements in 1 second. So the elements is really like one of the best parts of Canva, right? So you have recently used, those are all of the things that I've recently used. Lines and shapes, different graphics, stickers, photos, videos, charts, tables, frames, grids, all of those different types of elements. I've never used anything other than that. And yeah, so this is how you actually create content. But for this video, we're talking about planners. And I'm going to add a line. Now, if you notice, the only elements that I use in my planner are lines and circles. I can create a whole planner just using lines and circles, and I like really small lines, but you can see how you can adjust the width, the size, the type of, whether you want it to be an indentation or what is that called? Like a dotted line or jagged edge line, whatever. But I wanted just a sleek and clean line. Now, let's say that if I wanted to add like my logo or something to the page, I would just click on uploads on your left side panel, scroll all the way down until I find my logo. Now, these are just all of the different things that I have uploaded to Canva over the last 2.5 years. Okay. And I'm just scrolling until I find my logo. And that is a example of my logo, but I want the white one here. And then I'm just gonna size this to it looks a little right. Now, mind you, my page would never look like this. This is like super, super simple. If you've ever purchased one of my planners, my things are legit, but I'm just showing you guys like how to upload pictures, logos, stuff like that. And then I'm going to click add a page. And now I'm going to show you how I actually create the detailed portions of my planner, including like the calendars, the weekly schedules, or whatever. But for the purpose of this video being super sweet and to the point, I'm just going to do a weekly schedule. And then hopefully from that, you can see how I create all of my other pages. Again, I'm going to pop a line in there, make it the smallest. Now, I would like my lines to be a little bit smaller, but once I go in and click the line, you can't do 0.5. Like it has to be whole numbers. Now, notice the lines around the parameter, like that red line. That red line is pretty much telling you what the center of your page is, right? It's not necessarily your crop bleed marks. It's just telling you like, hey, you're pushing it. All right. But I like to push it to the limit because I like to give my people the most space in their planner. So I am going to go outside of that box, and then my vendor knows like, okay, make like the holes or the rings not touch my lines. Okay. My vendor knows that. So you would just have to communicate that with your vendor. And of course you can download this file as a PDF file in the end. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. So instead of keep going back and adding a line, I'm just duplicating it. Okay. See, look at this. Isn't that so easy? Oh my God. I'm just adding a line, right? And then I'm going to show you how I get these lines to be exactly perfect. Okay. So exactly perfect. I am going to add a line. I kind of messed that up, but whatever. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second after I get these a little situated. And they don't have to be perfect right now because I'm going to show you how I want them to be perfect. But I just want you to see. Okay, let's see this. So I'm going to select all of them. And then I'm going to click position. Okay, position. And then you see these are all of the ways that you can position your lines. And I'm going to click tidy up. So under space evenly, tidy up, and then voila. They are exactly the even space. They have the same amount of space in between the lines. They are just perfect. Look at that, y'all. All right. So now let's go and add some words onto this page. I want my people to know that this is their weekly schedule. So I don't like to just add, just lines and stuff like that. Like I really want the person who is purchasing my planner to know exactly what type of page they're on. I mean, it just makes sense, y'all. And I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. And now I'm going to show you guys how I space out my words. So I'm going to do the letter spacing or line spacing. So letter spacing is going to, and just so you can see that a little better, I'm going to push this down and then show you how that is adjusted. So you see letter spacing is going to, once I go down, it shrinks the letters or it just spaces them out. And I like mine to be a little spaced out depending on what type of font I'm using. So yeah, you can adjust it. And then I'm going to add all of my days of the week. And I'm going to show you how I get those to be even as well. That says Monday. It's kind of hard to see because, this is a screen recording and I don't want to zoom in because then you're not going to be able to see all of the elements. But yeah, that just says Monday, y'all. And then I'm going to change it because that font is ugly for Monday. And I'm going to just make it a basic Times New Roman. And voila. And then and let's zoom this in. Okay, so it's best that you create your planner on 100%. Right now it's on 67, so let's heighten this up. So this is what your actual page will look like once it's printed. So make sure before you finalize anything that you are looking at your planner in 100%, because that is what it's going to look like when it is printed. And when you work in 100%, it gives you a lot more space to work with. And I like to give my people a lot of space inside of their planner. And notice these 3 lines, right? So these 3 lines is what is pretty much, when you have those 3 lines, that means that they are in unison. All right. So that means they are lined up to perfection. So, and that's what I'm doing. And again, instead of just adding new words, I'm just duplicating this. So, and it's just better to duplicate it, because then when you duplicate it, it duplicates it in the right font and the right size. So if I was to keep clicking on add text box, I would have to keep editing those. So this just makes it really, really easy. And then I'm just adding some stuff, and then I'm going to turn this into Thursday. Boom. Now I'm going to give y'all a little magic trick. Okay. I'm going to give you a magic trick. Instead of adding a page and doing this whole thing over, Canva is going to allow me to click duplicate page. Boom. Watch this. Hurry up. All right. Duplicate page. Boom. And then I'm going to change weekly to schedule. So when you open up the planner, it's going to look like weekly schedule, right? And then since I already have Thursday, this is going to be Friday. And then I'm going to make it Saturday and Sunday. Now, a lot of people don't really do a whole lot of planning on Saturdays and Sundays. So I am going to break Saturday and Sunday up into 2 different, you're going to see what I do in a second. And then I'm going to add a little bit more at the bottom. But I'm going to show you how I do that. Hold on. So I'm going to move this Sunday up here to this line. And then I'm going, again, make sure that you have the 3 lines. You see those 3 jagged dotted lines every time I move an element? That means that they are lined up perfectly. And then I'm going to rotate this line. And your line is straight anytime it says 90 degrees. That means it's straight, okay? And then I'm going to adjust this sizing to what I want it. So then you see all of that space at the bottom. That allows me to give my customer, anyone who purchased the planner, added space, right? So I'm just going to add a little to-do list at the bottom of this page. And then I'm going to duplicate a line and then add it to the bottom to create that separation piece. And then I'm going to add my to-do list at the bottom. So my tip for you guys is to create a planner for your target audience, right? So my target audience, they absolutely need a to-do list, period, okay? Because we be doing a whole lot. So we need a whole to-do list section. And then I'm going to add a circle, because like I told y'all, I always use circles and lines. And so the circle is going to be for the little check off box. So after they complete their task on their to-do list, they can check it off. Right now it's pink. So I'm going to set a border weight as 1. Again, that's the smallest, most skinniest border it could be. And then I'm going to make the inner white. So that's going to create that out that I need. And I'm going to adjust the sizing to what I want it. I really want it to be kind of small, just so that I can have a lot of lines for a longer to-do list. And I'm just going to adjust this a little bit more. Bear with me. And then I'm going to add my other element, which I already know what's going to be, a line. But let's duplicate these first and then adjust them so that they are even. And honestly, all you're doing is adding elements, adjusting them, making sure they're even, and moving on to the next page. That's the gist of it. It can be a little tedious, but towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys how I make it even more simpler, okay? So that I'm not doing this on every single page. I'm going to show y'all in a minute. Just bear with me. But let's align these. Again, I'm going to go to position and choose tidy up. And that's going to make them as even as they can ever get, sis, okay? And then I'm going to add another line. So this is going to be the line that they actually write their task on. And we're going to make that as small as possible. And I'm just going to keep duplicating these. And notice the lines, y'all. Like, you have to notice those red lines that pop up every time that you move an element. That's telling you where that is positioned in relation to the other elements, right? So thank you. I was looking for those 3 lines. So those 3 lines have to pop up. You see those 3 lines? It's going to be one on the outside, one in the middle, and one on the other side. And that lets me know that everything is lined up. And I'm also trying to line them up based on the circles on the left-hand side. So they have to have the same. They just have to be even, y'all. Like, how embarrassing would it be for you to sell a planner and your lines are uneven? And anybody who writes in a planner wants their lines to be even. Like, come on, they have to be even. Boom. So now I am going to make sure, again, these are all lined up. And just to be on the safe side, I'm going to position these as well and tidy them up to make sure that they are perfect. And they are. And then I'm going to group these, right? I'm going to group these just so that they can all be one thing, right? Group them, and then just so you know what I'm talking about. So if I click on them, I'm clicking on the whole thing, and the whole thing can be moved. That's how you group them. And you can also ungroup them if you want to make adjustments. So instead of doing that whole thing over, I'm going to right click and click duplicate. And look at that, y'all. It's a whole nother row of tasks to complete. And that's how you do it. And I know you're probably thinking, girl, that's a whole lot. Like, how many pages in a planner do you have to create? And I'm about to show y'all a little gem. So if you click grid view at the bottom of the page down there, it'll show you all of the pages inside of your planner, right? So what I'm going to do is click on them, and then I'm going to click duplicate. So I'm duplicating all of my pages for 4 times, right? To create 4 weeks. And then I'm going to readjust them or rearrange them so that they are in order again. So you have weekly schedule, weekly schedule, weekly schedule, weekly schedule, 4 weeks in a month. And I just created a whole month of planning, period. Y'all, honestly, it's as simple as that, okay? If you have it, y'all, it's as simple as that. You can create any type of planner that you want to using Canva. I love this website, and no, this is not sponsored at all. Canva don't even know me like that, okay? But I just wanted to come on here and help you guys. Now, if this does seem like a lot, and if you are not as, not as creative, or you just don't have the time to do it, I do offer this service on my website, okay? I offer this service on my website. You just go to purelifestationery.com, and I can actually show you that in a minute. You can go to purelifestationery.com, click on services, and then once you click on services, you can book a consultation with me. Okay, and that's pretty much how you do it, y'all. If you don't want to do it on your own, let me just go ahead and show y'all, because y'all playing with me. So purelifestationery.com, you're going to click on services, and then you will see all the way at the bottom, well, not at the bottom, but after you click on services, you'll see that I have all of the different types of things that you can book with me. I can either teach you how to create your planner, or I can actually do your planner for you, okay? Just hit me up, y'all. If you're new here, again, like this video, subscribe to my channel, give this a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please list them in the comment section. Y'all know I respond to my folks, and that's the end of this tutorial. Bye.